Welcome to the Fourth Dimension podcast, the second episode that we're doing so far. With me are my guests, Brad of Earth and Creature.
How you doing?
Yes. The fuck you mean, guests? You piece of shit. What am I to you? Just a guest. Okay. I see how it is. Fuck you.
Dag nasty. That's what you are.
We're getting dag nasty right now if you don't make me and BJ more than guests.
My co-partners in this podcast, the Fourth Dimension, Brad of Earth and Creature. There you go.
There you go.
Welcome to the Fourth Dimension, the second episode in the podcast. I have my co-partners, Creature and Brad of Earth.
How you doing?
I swear to God, you shut your mouth or I'm gonna put you in a concentration camp again.
Why?
Because you're a Jew!
The only problem is the audio doesn't sound that good, especially from your end, because I got a good microphone here. Oh, I can
Not
do...
everybody can have good microphones. God.
That's what I was gonna say. Not everybody can, like, fucking high expenses, $80 mics, you piece of shit.
Well...
You know, it's not even a mic, really. It's like you talk into a fucking, what do you call it? A microphone.
You got like a recording studio over there, and we've got like our phones.
Yeah, I've literally got my phone, and I can't use air conditioner when I'm doing this, so I'm in hell.
It's like, we're dying to make this, so like, it's better be
Yeah,
right.
it's pretty much the equivalent of like me and BJ running with you, and then we both get shot, and we basically like give you the rest of the fucking gold. And we
Yes.
get shot and we're put in prison.
We're like, go on without us.
It's...
Just leave, we'll hold him down.
Ed, if you're hot, you should go in your bathroom.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god, dude, you're great. You're a jokester. I'm gonna hang with you, man.
Funny because your bathroom's full of crap.
Quite literally.
Also, we should have a tagline at the end of the podcast.
Like, what do you mean?
Like, a tagline's like, see you guys, it's Fourth Dimension, and, keep on doing it. So that's usually what every podcast
Just keep on trucking. Oh yeah,
I was
got a
about to
question
say,
real quick.
keep on trucking.
Just. Alright, so I got a question, and I already know the answer.
Go for
BJ, are you a bigger fan of Star Wars or Star Trek?
Gosh. Okay. I
What?
like Star Trek better than Star Wars, but
What
I
did he
like, I like Darth Vader better than all of it.
I'm
Like,
gonna
I'm
cry.
a huge fan of just Darth Vader himself.
I like Darth Maul more.
I wonder who would win in a
Yes.
fight.
My favorite. Who would win in a fight? Because I can tell you. I guarantee I can tell you.
Between Darth Vader and Darth Maul. I would say Vader just because of experience.
Darth Vader would.
Vader would cut Darth Maul's
Well,
legs
it's
off
like
again.
Darth Maul was as a Sith assassin specifically, and well, it was Obi-Wan. Yeah, it was Obi-Wan that cut him in half, and then Sidious had him trained as a Sith assassin. So he pretty much can't use the Force at all. He basically can't use it. Like, he can barely use it, while Darth
He can
Vader
do basic
can
stuff.
literally, like, just throw him up in the air and just break his neck. Yeah. It's like Darth Vader is very good in the ways of using a lightsaber, and he's very powerful in the Force, where Darth Maul's only powerful with a lightsaber. That's it.
Well, let me just say, real quick, like, I like Star Trek better, personally, because it's not like a bunch of superpowered people who can just episodes, there's whatever.
It's more grounded in reality.
There we go.
Question mark.
Thank you, Eddie.
Yeah.
We usually, when we think about Darth Vader and we saw all the movies, we usually just let our imaginations tell us that Darth Vader is really badass, because in actuality, we haven't seen him do very much of anything.
Because he ain't got to.
You haven't. You two haven't. I have. In fact, there's a thing in
I've read up on Darth
the
Vader.
comics.
He's
Yeah,
strong.
you always have to read
Yeah,
up on it. In the movies, he doesn't
Yeah.
show anything.
Yeah,
the
that's
books
how
where
it
he
is with
does
Star. Yeah, that's how it is with 90% of everyone in Star Wars. That's how it is with Darth Sidious. And Darth Sidious, if you guys don't know, that's the Emperor. That's
Yep.
Darth Vader's master. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, in Revenge of the Sith, we saw him do a lot of cool stuff. We saw him take out 3 Jedis by himself.
Yeah, well, the movies make Darth Sidious look like a bitch because if he is the most powerful Sith Lord that has ever lived, and he is the complete culmination of the Way of Two, which I can get into if you want, but I don't think you want me to. And
Yeah, I know
basically
about it.
the height of his...
Well, it is
Yeah.
May the 4th, so we could do a a Star Wars episode.
Yeah,
I
we
think
could.
we've missed our mark on that one, haven't we?
It's May.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow is May the 5th, so it's like May the 6th.
No, it's called Revenge of the Fifth.
Oh, there we go.
Revenge of the Fifth. But anyways, the height of his power is he can summon Sith storms to destroy entire planets by himself. He can just fucking concentrate for about an hour and boom, planet's gone.
Yep.
Then why does he need the Death Star?
Because
he's
the
getting
Death
old.
Star... Yeah, well, no, he's still extraordinarily powerful. Like, again, I can't stress this enough. The movies make him look like a bitch. If you want to see a glimpse of what Darth Sidious is actually like in the actual series, watch Star Wars The Clone Wars. Because he kicks the shit out of Darth Maul and Savage Opress at the same time, and Darth Maul is quoted as being one of the most powerful Sith Lords when it comes to a lightsaber of his era.
Yeah.
Darth Maul versus Darth Vader, who would win? Just let's finish that one.
Darth Vader would win again because before Darth Vader got turned into Darth Vader, when he was Anakin Skywalker, he was going to be more powerful than the Emperor himself. He was going to be the strongest Force user, specifically Sith, ever live. But Obi-Wan chopped off his arm, legs, and basically all of those were enhanced with cybernetics. So compared to what he could do, he can barely use the Force anymore. Like,
It's because your
he's
force
still very
is weakened.
powerful.
The force is weakened if you lose most of your body like that.
well, it's specifically weakened if you lose your actual organic limbs. Like,
Yeah.
it's extremely hard to channel it through those robotic limbs that he's got. But again, he can still use the Force. The only thing that Darth Vader is pretty much like, well, he's not defenseless to it, but it's the biggest threat to him is Force lightning, which is what the Emperor uses on him, which is why he dies. And again, he ain't no pushover. Like, there have been instances where Darth Vader has been ambushed by like 7 Jedis,
Yeah.
and he still killed all with barely any pressure.
So, we saw a movie that I believe no one else has seen. I think it was just us, right, guys?
Yeah, it's just me. Yeah, I think so.
A couple
Yeah.
of my friends saw it.
Let's get into this little ditty called Avengers Age of Ultron.
And before
Yeah.
we really get into it, we should say that at the beginning of talking about the Age of Ultron, it's not going to be
It's gonna be-
spoilers, but we're going to warn you, because there's going to be a part where we start getting into spoilers. For anyone that just wants to skip that who hasn't seen the movie, David, can you put, like, I don't know, annotations in to where they can just skip to after we're done talking about it?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to now that you told them to. More
That's
editing! Yay!
Right here, there should be a dancing elephant.
Oh, God
Yes.
damn it! God, knowing me, I'd probably put that there.
You better.
You are now leaving Bikini Bottom.
Okay, when that dancing elephant leaves the screen, that's when we start getting into spoilers. Fuck you!
Yes.
It's going to be great.
Okay, but let's just start off. What are you guys doing as we're doing this, so these guys don't think that we're just sticking around?
Losers that do podcasts.
Yeah. What are you guys doing as we're talking?
Oh, well, I'm doing
Bloodborne.
something super cool and mature, and I'm building a Marvel Lego set.
Okay, and
I'm playing Bloodborne and getting my ass kicked quite vigorously.
and I'm just sitting here doing the podcast.
Lame.
Yes.
Okay.
Fucking, you're not hardcore enough, bro.
You're not great.
You are not great. You're mild.
In the honor of my rating system, we'll rate this at the end. Let's don't me.
It's going to be out of 14,
Ah.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna be out of 14.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You can, and I'll criticize
No,
it.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, good. We got one person. I got one. Okay.
Yeah, you're not getting the other.
Okay. Let's just without spoiling it. Oh god, it's hard not to do spoilers. But what you
Let's
got?
just say if we liked it or not at first before we spoil it.
Oh well,
I liked it.
who here didn't like it?
I don't know of anyone who wouldn't like it. I saw some people's thoughts on it before I went and saw it, and there were several where people were like, "I'm not happy with it," or "I didn't like it." And honestly, after watching it, I don't possibly see how they could have come to that.
I might have, like, just thinking about it, like, recently. So, like, especially if they're DC fanboys. And what did I say about talking while someone else is talking, Ed?
A lot of people who are DC fanboys are mad when a movie isn't dark enough. Like, DC fans always want something dark.
I agree, but I don't know why. Especially with that Superman, the Man of Steel movie.
That movie was a joke. I mean, come on, Superman doesn't kill. He just doesn't.
I agree, and I don't understand why they'd had that dark tone. I mean, like,
I could understand with Batman, but
like, not just like the tone, but I mean the color scheme as well, because it was just dark and depressing.
It's like they shot the whole thing through like a sepia filter.
Yes.
I get why they're trying to do it, because DC is probably trying to distance themselves from Marvel in that aspect. Like, DC movies are darker and grittier, while Marvel movies make more room for comedy and are a little bit brighter. Like, right now, name one Marvel movie that was as dark as the Superman film. One.
Punisher.
Okay, I mean one that was actually...
in the MCU?
Yeah, it has to be MCU.
Sense that I'm...
How about... Gosh.
Can't do it.
It's hard to think of one.
Oh, yeah,
I guess in
can't.
Iron Man 2, when they like kind of hinted at his alcoholism, that was kind of dark for a Marvel movie.
But again, though, this comes back to DC trying to be darker and grittier and a bit more adult, while Marvel is just trying to stay, I don't know, I'd say PG-13-ish.
Trying to be family friendly.
Yeah, which is not going to work every single time.
No, but...
Deadpool!
Yes, we get it. Deadpool's rated R. Hell yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for 2016 for that. The movie's going to open with him, like, flying through with an umbrella. Like, hey, kids, you ready to go on an adventure? That's what I expect. Who is your favorite character in this one?
Gotta go with Ultron, man. He was awesome.
Well,
Ultron
I don't want to get into spoilers just yet, but...
Well, okay, anything that's been in the trailers isn't spoilers, so you can go with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, everybody already
what
knows
about
is in it. That's
not just
guaranteed.
trailers, what about, like, those exclusive clips they posted and stuff, too? Because that's public info.
That doesn't count because, like, I only saw 2 trailers, and then I was like, you know what, they're giving me too much. I don't want to watch this until I go in. Like, when you told me about that trailer where he's like, I'm going to take this time to explain my plan and attack him, I was like, oh, thank God I didn't watch that. Otherwise, it's just giving away too much information.
Right.
So,
okay, well, I like Ultron, and I'll get more into it once we start with the spoiler.
Well, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. The dancing elephant's going to stop because we can't talk about it without spoiling it. So,
all right. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, so if you guys want to pause the podcast now and go watch it, then you should do it now. And we're back.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get out! What are you still doing, you fools? No, but
oh, they unpaused
right
it. How was the movie?
Right off the bat, one of my biggest complaints with the movie is honestly about Ultron himself, because in the trailer for the Avengers, Ultron seemed a lot more serious and a lot darker, which I was like, alright, yeah, that's cool, I like that. But in the movie, it's like Ultron, I feel he jokes way too much, and I feel he's not serious enough. Like, some jokes here and there are perfectly fine, and in fact good, but it's literally, in my opinion, Ultron just fucks off the whole movie until, like, the very, very end of the movie, and I didn't like that. But my biggest complaint, by far, with the movie is, like, this Hawkeye Family Man scene just fucking comes out of nowhere. You're expected to buy it, too, and I don't buy it.
Well,
like, there's a scene where Hawkeye brings the Avengers to a safe house, and it's supposed to be Hawkeye's house, and out of nowhere, you find out Hawkeye's got a kid, he's got another one coming, and he's got a wife, and he's like this home improvement-esque guy, like, just, when he's at his house, he's pretty much like an average Joe, and I don't fucking buy it. That scene literally comes out of nowhere.
I have a theory to why it happened.
I also have a theory. Go ahead, BJ.
My theory is not kill him off. My theory is not to the movie itself. My theory is that I don't think he's going to be coming back for a little while in the movies. So, because I'm thinking the actor himself wants to take a break. So I'm thinking they're giving the character a believable reason to not be
okay for you
in some of the future movies.
Okay, well, my theory is they explained it very well. Like, oh, I had my kids here. Nick Fury had hid them away. Ooh, that's why they're here. That's why I'd never told anyone about this except for Nat. And the reason I think they had that is because that kind of explains where Hawkeye went during Captain America Winter Soldier.
That's a good idea.
It's like, oh, he's part of S.H.I.E.L.D. Where is he? Oh, he's probably just spending time with his family. But I agree. When I saw that with Ed, I agree. That just was like, what? Out of freaking... Why? I thought he was going with Natasha. At the same time, I was like, wait a second. Wasn't she with Captain America?
I don't think she was actually a Captain America.
They made out.
Yeah, they just made out.
They just made out. Sound like a 7th grader. Oh, we just made out.
You're a 7th grader.
When you went into it,
Great.
what'd you think of Ultron? Did he seem any different?
I enjoyed Ultron. I thought he was funny and stuff because they were trying to make it as if he was kind of like part of his personality was derived from how he saw Tony Stark when he was coming online. That's why people kept comparing him to Tony Stark, and that's why he hates being compared to Tony Stark. He's got some of his tendencies in him.
Yeah, like his tendency to rip people's arms off.
Hey, Tony could if he wanted to.
He ripped that guy's Dr. Claw's arm off. I found that extremely funny, though. Not just because he got his arm ripped off by Ultron. He's like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that."
Yes.
No. I was laughing because his name is Claw.
Well, here's the thing. He's a character, and he's a Black Panther villain.
Yeah, and I understand that, but that's not why I was laughing. It's like...
Right, it's like Claw from Inspector Gadget.
If your name's Claw, and you have both of your hands, be careful.
Oh...
Don't lose. Like, if your name's Johnny One Leg, keep clear of anything that's gonna chop off your leg.
Who names their kid Johnny One Leg? I mean, that's just asking for it.
Who names a superhero Arm Fall Off Boy, for fuck's sake?
Whoever did that was high.
Arm Fall Off Boy was my favorite.
They were
we keep coming back. We keep coming back to Arm Fall Off Boy.
He should be the patron saint.
How can you not just have fucking Arm Fall Off Boy holding his one arm, and his one arm that he's holding is doing a salute?
Picture of Arm Fall Off Boy right here.
God damn it. BJ! Okay, let's go with likes and dislikes. First off, likes. 5 things you liked about it.
Who first?
BJ.
I liked Ultron. I liked how they used Hulk more this time, tactically. Like, they were actually using him. I liked the teamwork, man. The first fight, like, as the movie's opening while they're raiding that place, that's just one of my favorite scenes. It just shows their teamwork so well. Yeah. And, of course, the party scene where they're all trying to lift Thor's hammer, that's just the best.
I found it kind of weird when Bruce was like, Mark Ruffalo or whatever, he, like, tried picking up, he's like,
yeah.
Dude, just turn into...
He tried to do a joke and he just got off.
Everybody's like, no.
I wish
No.
Everyone's like, you're not great, Bruce.
You're not great. You're very mockable. He's like, oh, come on, guys. I'm trying my best.
He's like, I'll kill all of you.
I will literally murder you. You know who I am. Jesus Christ.
I really wanted him to turn into the Hulk and then have him all like, yeah!
Who's laughing now? Okay, what about you, Ed? What was your favorite part?
Fuck you. No, I'm kidding. Jeez. My favorite things about it, alright, being that as it may, of what I said about Ultron, how it did get me mad how he wasn't as serious as I thought he should have been. I loved Ultron. I did, and I still do. I think Ultron is a fantastic villain. I really love, it's pretty much exactly what you said. I really love the teamwork in this movie. How you just get to see the Avengers bond and interact as a team. Whereas in the first one, you didn't really see that as much because, you know, it was the first movie that the Avengers was being set up. Now, it's, you know, they know each other a little bit. There's been time to grow. And it shows off very well in this movie. Third, I really love Vision. Vision was my favorite character in this movie. I adore Vision. He is great. One of the things that I really loved was the screen time that Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver get, which I said was going to bring up one of your biggest criticisms and hatreds about the movie by far.
Yeah, I know.
What was it?
Well, we'll get into that in a second. We still gotta do likes. I love the beginning scene. At first I was like, oh, well, they're just gonna right into it, aren't they? And I thought that was bad. My favorite part was the actual chemistry between them. Like, in any other MCU, no one swears whatsoever. And I liked how Iron Man just, like, flew into the base and he's like, shit! And Captain
America's all wholesome.
He's like, language!
Yes.
He's like, Captain America just said a language. Oh, what a 40s, man.
Honestly, I thought the way they were going to play that off at the end was like they were going to have Black Widow be like, oh, shit, or something, and she was gonna be by Captain America, and he was gonna look at her, and she was just gonna be like, oh, shut up.
That would have been funny. What I also liked was, I loved how the Vision, when he came out, he saw Thor, and he's like, oh, he has a cape. I like capes. And he's just like, I'm gonna get a cape now. It's not like, hey, I like your cape, I'm gonna get a cape. We assumed. They put all these characters in there. Villains, they put like a bunch of villains and characters in here, and heroes and whatever, and it's still mashed together, and it was still good. Oh my god, how did I not? The Hulkbuster!
Oh gosh, how did I forget that? Yes.
Balls.
That was magical.
No, every time that Tony was going against Bruce, and he's like punching him in the face, he's like, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
And then Hulk spits out a tooth, and he's like, I'm sorry.
I was laughing. I want to see that again. I want to go out and see it again because of that. There's parts of it I had to like rethink about what he said because I couldn't hear it over people laughing. There's a scene where he was going and he's like scanning the building and he's like, Jarvis, how quickly can I buy this building?
Yes.
It's like, I'm gonna destroy this thing, Jarvis. Help me out.
Like, I've got to buy this.
Right now before it's destroyed.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I'm Iron Man.
Your turn, BJ.
Are we doing dislikes or likes still?
Dislikes.
Ooh, dislikes.
Yeah, you can just put out as many as you want. It's whatever.
Okay, let me think. While I'm not opposed to it, I wish there was a little more reason as to why Black Widow fell in love with Bruce Banner.
That is true.
Like, I have no problem with it. That's fine. But they didn't explain it, okay? I wanted to know more of what all Strucker did. I wanted to see him experimenting on them. We just got to see Strucker for like a second, and then
boom, headshot.
Yeah, and then he gets captured, so, and then killed. There's maybe like 2 parts that were only a few minutes long each, but they kind of slowed the movie down a little bit. I'm sure you noticed. It's just little bits, just here and there, just some little bitty slow bits. But honestly, that's about it. I really love the movie.
I also do. Eddie?
I think I already covered them, honestly. Well, most of them. I hated the Hawkeye Family Man scene. How that literally came out of nowhere, in my opinion. I thought that was just stupid. The fact that Ultron didn't get a better form, I suppose. Like, when Ultron goes into his second form, it barely looks any different from his last form at all. Like, he looks pretty much exactly the same. I just thought his second form that he makes is just... I mean, it looks cool. It looks cooler than his first form, I'll say that, at least. But it's like, I was hoping they would do something more different. Like, I was hoping they'd give Ultron... I don't know what version it is, but it's a picture of Ultron, and he's got, 6 eyes, and he's got, 6 arms, and it looks like there's lava coming out of his eyes and his mouth. That would have been badass.
I know what you're talking about.
In the comics, Ultron had several different numbered forms. Like Ultron 5, Ultron 9, different stuff like that.
The graphics didn't, blow my mind like in the Avengers did. They kind of seemed unfinished to me. That's just my view on it. But that's just one thing. Like, when Thor went away and, had his vision or whatever, and he came back, he's like, there's these 6 infinity things, whatever. It's like the writers realized they're running out of movies to explain it, so they just, have Thor have vision and kind of...
Which I can understand. I mean, they could have done it better, but they had to do it. They had to figure out some way to do it, so, they had to do it.
I agree with that, but what I kind of wanted to happen was, Thor go to Asgard to get his vision, and then he's captured. And,
by Thanos?
Yeah. And then
he's got to be in Thor Ragnarok, so they couldn't do that.
Well, not by Thanos, but by Loki, and then that will lead to Ragnarok.
Which, let me just say, that end credit scene with Thanos was so badass.
Man, I can't wait.
Yeah, but it's kind of like they did the same end credit scene.
They need to have Thanos in all of the Avengers end credits because that's what it's leading to.
At least they could have had another end credit scene. That would have been cool. I was expecting maybe Doctor Strange or even Black Panther. That would have been a cool touch. That's not even a dislike. That's just I sat through that post-credit scene. I was hoping there was another one. But
oh, yeah.
I sat through there, looked like an idiot, whatever. That's just one thing. My main issue that made me want to die. Why'd they do that to Quicksilver?
Man, I really hated that they killed him. I didn't think they would.
Oh God, I was so mad. Like, you have no idea how I'm still salty.
Ooh. I would have preferred Hawkeye.
Well, he's so unique of a character, I figured they would need someone who's fast like that, and they brought him in.
They made a deal with Fox. I feel like the deal was that they could only use him for one movie, so they did that.
I actually was reading up on that, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Let's say that they didn't have that deal, but they could have Quicksilver and whatnot. Just, God, I feel like they couldn't do anything better than X-Men Days of Future Past, the way they had that. And they're just like, well, we'll just kill him off because we can't do anything better than what X-Men did. But still, Quicksilver was great! I loved him.
He was awesome.
You did not see it coming? I was like, oh.
I love the part where he's, like, hurry, evacuate the city now! And then the policemen are just like, eh. And then he comes in with a fucking AK and he starts shooting at the ceiling. He's like, get off your asses.
Yeah.
That was my fucking favorite. I didn't even think about that. There's so many scenes like that in this movie that you're just like, there's so many that I can't think of them all. Because they're all great.
One of my favorite scenes in the entire movie that actually freaked me the fuck out was when Iron Man goes into the workshop down there with, that dead alien T-Rex worm thing from the first one. And you see Scarlet Witch in the shadow, and all you see are, like, her eyes glowing red, and it's got this ominous music. I was like, ooh. I was like, oh, shit! And I love Scarlet Witch in this movie, let me just say that. Scarlet Witch, oh my god, dude. Her and Black Widow. Favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Her and Black Widow both are definitely a lot better in this movie. Well, Black Widow's better than what she was, and Scarlet Witch is just great.
Like, well, I really did like that, but there's a bunch of scenes where they're just amazing. Like when Tony Stark comes in and he's like, come on guys, put down the weapons, and they don't, so he shoots everyone. He's like, great talk, and they're like, no, it wasn't.
Yeah, there's one guy. No, it wasn't.
I love he's like, we've got to hold them off, and he's like, but they're the Avengers.
but they're the Avengers.
Or when he's like, please, I need a secret doorways. Oh, yay!
I love it where the guy's like, no surrender! And then he's like, alright, so I'm going to surrender.
This whole movie was just it's not perfect. There's not anything that's perfect, basically.
I'm literally willing to give this movie a 9 out of 10.
I'd give it 8.
I'm sorry, a what out of what?
I'd give it 8
For me,
out of 10.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because
I'm sorry, a what?
Monster.
I'm sorry, a what?
He wants you to use 14, BJ. Don't give in.
I'm going to give it 12 buttholes out of 14.
Great. How am I going to eat my ass without my drink? No, how about you, Ed?
Again, alright, so I already said I'm not going to use the 14 rating system. I'm going to do 10.
Well, real quick, Ed, just know I can edit this, and you already said 14, so I can use that, so it's whatever you say, I could just put out of 14.
Dang it.
So, go ahead, I'm going to ruin some shit about Naruto. You alter my words, I'll alter your anime.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's right, I got you by the balls, motherfucker. You don't change shit. Anyways. I'd give it 9, no, not 9 out of 14, 8 out of 14, because I love the movie, but I did have some complaints. I didn't like it as much as I liked Kingsman. And that movie, I loved Kingsman. Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Oh my god, I loved it. But that's not what we're talking about.
Okay, fine. I'm gonna give my scale of 13 out of 14, because I really did love it. But there's one main complaint that I had that I forgot to bring up. One main that's kind of like a big one for me. When I was reading up on Age of Ultron before I went and saw it, it's like, this movie is gonna lead up into Civil War, and it looked like it was gonna do that. Like the whole Captain America's like, you got it, no AI and whatnot, and it's like,
yeah.
And they're like having that, but at the end, I did love the part where it's like the old man said, together. I liked that. I really did. But I was hoping that the city was going to be destroyed and everyone on top of it was going to be, like, there's going to be civilian casualties, like a mass amount, and that's when Civil War would start. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, like in the comics when all the kids died.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping that's where it was going to go. But it didn't, and I was like, I wasn't mad, I was like, how are they gonna make Civil War now?
I wonder what they're gonna do for that, really.
Because now they got Spider-Man, and they also have Daredevil, so they can do the no masks storyline. At the same time, it's like, what specific event's gonna trigger that? Because I also had a different theory, that when they were saying an Avenger was gonna die, that I thought either Pepper was gonna die, or War Machine was gonna die, and that was gonna send Tony into, like, oh, we have to be careful, we have to sign up on everything. That's what I thought was gonna happen, but none of it happened, so now it's like, well, what's gonna happen this time? How is that gonna work?
It really seemed like that was the path they were going for when Tony Stark is like, I envision a whole world in armor, and I'm like, oh, okay. Civil War?
It's like, uh-oh.
I definitely will say I did like how I liked how they did Hulk, how he's just sitting in like the VTOL thing.
Yeah, continue. Sorry.
It seems like I don't know for sure, but it seems like they're gonna bring that into Planet Hulk. Oh my god, because I think the way they're gonna do it is when Hulk got like, I don't know if possessed, I'd say like mind tricked by Scarlet Witch. And he, like, just destroyed a fucking town. I'd say that in the next thing we see Hulk in, the media is gonna be like, oh, Hulk is a monster. Look what he did, to this fucking town. He's too dangerous. And I feel like the Avengers fans are either gonna be tied, and they're gonna have no choice but to send him away, even though they know it wasn't his fault.
I don't think the Avengers would do that. Not these Avengers, at least.
Either that or the U.S. military is just gonna do it themselves, and the Avengers are, I don't know, they're not gonna know, or they're just not gonna be able to stop it. And the final theory is the Guardians of the Galaxy are gonna get the job, and they don't know Hulk, so they're like, it's just another job to them.
Well, Joss Whedon said that the Hulk doesn't work by himself. Yeah, he's part of the band is how he described it. Like, that's the only way he's gonna work. But I think a Planet Hulk movie would work if he did Guardians of the Galaxy. But
I think. Oh, go ahead, sir.
At the end of the movie, they said that the ship crash landed. But I think they did that so they have options, because they want to do the Planet Hulk movie, but they don't know.
Well, doesn't the Hulk get, like, alien companions in Planet Hulk?
Yeah, he does.
He has... Oh, my God.
Or the Warborn or something like that.
And he has, like, a brief fight with Beta Ray Bill. Oh, my God.
Well, in the comics... Sorry.
In the comics, it was Silver Surfer, but in the cartoon, it was Beta Ray Bill. Because Marvel doesn't have the rights to Silver Surfer, so if they did a movie, they'd probably have to do Beta Ray Bill.
Oh my god, please. I love I know a lot of people don't like Beta Ray Bill. I love Beta Ray Bill.
I'm with you on that one. I love Beta Ray Bill. I think he's so fucking cool.
He's like Thor, but he's a monster.
He's like Thor, but he's an orange horseman. Yes. Because fuck you.
Do you think he might be in Ragnarok?
Maybe.
I could easily see that.
Because I'd like to see that if Thor ends up dying or whatever, that they just switch him out with Beta Ray Bill. That'd be my thing, because I really want Beta Ray Bill. I want to see this man.
I want Beta Ray Bill and Silver Surfer to fight and be in the same movie. And if that could happen, if Marvel could just give me that, oh god,
Fox would have to give you that too.
You make them feel good.
Ed, oh yes,
Ed, would you suck the executives off in order to get that?
Kevin
movie?
Feige,
Kevin Feige, and Fox to get that movie.
Okay, well I'm not that big of a fan. Jesus Christ, I would like.
I would do some stuff to get a Squirrel Girl movie.
Fuck you. You don't deserve it. No, at the most, I would probably... They'd be like, here's a contract, this guy's an asshole, just go beat the shit out of him. And I would be like, yes, sir, and I'd grab a bat.
He won't even feel the wrench.
Yeah, he won't even feel it. It'll be so quick and painless, and I wouldn't do any sexual acts for them, but if they need somebody dealt with, I'm the man, as long as they give me Silver Surfer and or Beta Ray Bill in a movie.
Please. I want Marvel-made Silver Surfer.
Please.
If they did, God, yes. If they did a Planet Hulk movie, and Hulk, let's just, speed along, he's in the Gladiator, and out of nowhere, where he's just sitting in the dungeons, and, all these aliens are around, and all you hear is, like Howard the Duck saying, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth. I will kill you. I will kill everyone you love.
And Hulk has to
Yeah.
face Howard the Duck, and Howard just sitting there with his hands in his pockets.
I think it would be cool if Hulk gets into the dungeons or whatever, and he's like turned back into Bruce Banner, and they're all afraid of him, but they're all like, oh my god. They're like, oh, he's gonna be, he's probably gonna want to meet you, and Bruce is like, who's he? And Howard the Duck is like, they mean him, and Howard the Duck points over to Silver Surfer, and Silver Surfer is like the most feared, and then Howard the Duck goes on, help Silver Surfer fight Hulk. That'd be quite the shiz to mine is.
And Howard the Duck's just making these puns about ducks the whole time.
He's like, don't worry, use duck food. And Silver Surfer is like, please get away from me.
He does know quack foo, and it's surprisingly effective.
I love that. Sorry, bad connection with internet. Everyone has those problems, right? Hopefully we'll have it all back together next week, and Eddie will be back. So, this was the Fourth Dimension Podcast, Episode 2. My still last remaining guest, last standing, Brad of Earth.
Hello.
Are you gonna plug yourself in?
Yeah, follow Marvel Comic _fans on Instagram for all your Marvel Comic needs. And thanks for listening.
And it's sponsored by
Chatting with Babes. Because if you're chatting, shouldn't it be with babes?
I'm Gimmick, and that was the podcast. We still don't have an end tag, so if you wanna... Wait, Eddie!
Yeah. Yes.
You're just in time to say goodbye. You gonna plug yourself in?
Yes.
Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we got Ed back for 5 seconds, literally.
Picture of Morgan Freeman right here.
Ah! We don't have an end tag in, but if anyone wants to comment a good end tag for our goodbye from the podcast, go ahead, comment, whatever, send me a message. Send Brad of Earth a message, it's whatever. So, see ya, I'm Gimmick, that was Creature, and that was Brad of Earth.
Yes. Have a good day.
Hey guys, sorry for such a short episode, but if you guys want to message us and tell us what you think, or ask us some questions, we'll be happy to answer it on the show. You can email me at GimmicsRipoff@gmail.com, and don't forget to check out Marvel Comic Fans on Instagram.